since the birth, I've had the opportunity to stay home. And being home and kind of walking in the shoes of what I guess Jenna deals with every day being at home, I've realized a few things and learned a few things. So here are a couple of the lessons I've learned since being home for the last couple of weeks on paternity leave. Anyone who stays home, works at home, takes care of the kids, keeps the house, keeps it from being just a totally, utterly just disaster zone, deserves much more honor than our society currently gives them. You know, having been home and seeing how quickly the dishes pile up, how quickly laundry piles up, and how long folded laundry can sit on the couch, I realized that it's hard. It's really hard to keep the house such a positive place. And Jenna has done that since we've been married, really. She's worth so much. And I think other people out there who do the same thing, please understand that you have my respect. It is a never-ending job. It's just always constant. It's constant. So I'm trying to figure out ways that I can help Jenna experience rest in the way that I experience rest when I come home from work. So I haven't exactly figured that out, but I have realized that I think I've been taking her for granted way too long. If you're going to have a baby, stocking up on paper plates and plastic cups is genius. Definitely do that. Another thing I've learned, which I think I've learned before but I've forgotten, and now I've learned it again. Newborn babies will poop in their diaper immediately after it's been changed. Fact. I don't know because I've never worn one, but I am certain that a cloth diaper has to feel better than one of those disposable ones. So doing laundry, I had no idea there were so many rules when it comes to doing laundry. I mean, I always understood you do lights with lights and darks with darks. I get that. And I think I even knew that, you know, darks are supposed to be on cool water and whites can be in hot water and you can put bleach in it. I get it. But there's like so much more than that. It's what kind of materials can be washed and which ones have to be dry cleaned and which kind of materials can be washed with other materials, and then which things can be washed but can't be put in the dryer, and then which of the 3 different laundry detergents we're supposed to use with what clothes. It's an entirely new rule book thing I had no knowledge of. Another thing I've learned is that with a newborn baby, whenever the chance presents itself, you should take a nap. Another thing that I was kind of surprised to learn is that a king-size bed is not big enough for 2 grown adults, a fragile infant, and a perpendicular laying toddler. It's too small. One of the things that's hit me the most, I think, one of the biggest things I've learned is, 3 weeks ago, my toddler, Finn, who's 1.5 years right now, he was tiny. He was a fragile little baby. And, I was careful every time he got on a chair, every time he was getting off the couch, I always said, "You okay?" I'd walk around the property and I'd hold his hand to keep him from falling down, and I enjoyed holding his hand, but he was small, he was a baby. But then when Rowan came, I looked at Finn and said, "Whoa, he's a moose, he's huge, he's sturdy and stocky. He's like indestructible. He gets up and down the steps with no problem. He gets on and off the bed without falling down. He's so much more capable than I thought he was 3 weeks ago." And I think that's one of those really cool things. Like I've said for a long time, that God has designed the human baby to grow so slowly that parents kind of get the knack of the first thing. So the baby comes, and it's all you have to do is really change his diaper, feed him, and love him. And that's all it is. He sleeps most of the time. If you can handle that, once you get to the point where you're comfortable, then all of a sudden the diapers change. It's a new kind of poop, and it's stinky, and there's just more issues. Then you have to introduce food, and once you're comfortable finally introducing food, there's a new hurdle to deal with. But I think God is merciful in the way that it's slow. So like we finally feel comfortable, and then we get the next challenge. We learn a little bit more. We're like, okay, we're past that, and then the next thing comes. I think it's the same thing with toddlers. I don't think I realized it until Rowan came, But Finn, like, I was thinking of him as a little baby and maybe even holding him back from things. But now that I see that he's totally capable and he's big and he's smart, I realize, wow, he's huge. And now Rowan's the fragile little one. So that's interesting. It's interesting what perspective can do. Another really big thing is having close family around has been critical to sanity. You know, we've been able to, the big kids have been able to go over and hang out with grandmas on either side, and we've been able to just rest. Jenna's been able to, you know, take a nap and not feel like she's got to do too much. I've been able to do stuff around the house while the kids are gone. Also, in getting the kids involved in chores, they've been phenomenal. It's just having family close by as a support network is huge. And those who live like across the country from their in-laws or their family, it seems, I don't understand how they do it. I can imagine it's got to be so much more difficult. And I'm just blessed and very thankful that we have family so close. And one other thing, you know, making sure that I spend time with the older kids has been important to me. I don't want them to feel like, oh, we have a new baby, so dad and mom disappear. So I've been playing a lot of hide and seek with them outside. And I have decided that whenever you're offered to play hide and seek, you should do it. There's, like, no matter what's going on. I mean, yeah, if there's something critical that you're right in the middle of and you've got to do it, I get it. But I suspect that I will be much more likely to say yes when someone says, do you want to play hide and seek from now on? It's a lot of fun. All the wheezing and out of breath, realizing how out of shape I am, you know, whatever. But it's been a lot of fun spending that time with the kids. So yeah, that's just a few things that I've learned since we've had the baby. I hope that I learned some more things as Rowan grows. Thanks for watching.